Greetings. My name is Karen and I go by Kai. My purpose for this YouTube channel is to reach like-minded individuals with the desire to raise your consciousness and help create a life vibrating at your divine frequencies. All praises to the Almighty, the Creator of all. Thanks for watching this video. Please stay until the end. Hi family, welcome again to my Saturday segment. Today is our discussion. We're just going to have a discussion today. And I wanted to have a discussion about some things that we don't normally like to talk about. So, but you know me, I'm going to talk about it. So first, I just want to be led by the Creator, and I'm just going to close my eyes and I'm asking you guys to join me in prayer. Most High, we come to you again on this beautiful day that you created for us. Again, I ask that you lead the way. Lead my mind, my thoughts, and my heart as I speak from my heart. And you allow whatever you put inside of me to come out freely without harming anyone or anyone feeling uncomfortable with what I am going to say. I thank you for everyone that has tuned in, subscribed, and I ask that this platform continues to grow before the enemy take us down. And when the enemy does try to do that, that you open up another source for us. It is in the Most High, the Almighty over all, that I give all the thanks and praises. And I thank Him and I thank the Almighty for grace and mercy. Hashem. So, today I have a clip, but before so, we just want to talk about some things. You know, I realized that talking about Saturday spells and the words is sometimes some people make me feel like they're a bit confused. So I want to clarify. And my way of, the best way I can break it down to you is, although I use the English language, I make it my solemn purpose to use words that raises my vibration. Whenever I don't do that, I find that my day is not as wonderful as it could be. So we create what we want in this life journey that was given to us. So my whole take on the English language is that you make the best out of the language that's possible. Some of us, we don't speak 2 and 3 and 4 languages. Like myself, I only speak 1. So with that being said, I choose to adjust the language that was given to me. I choose to use certain words differently. Instead of me saying, I always go back to the word weep, but I don't want to use that word today. I would say, when we say good rising, when we say strong end, when we say understand and not understand, when we say satisfied instead of satisfied, just it goes on and on. The English language was made to keep us under a spell. We have the word spelling there. They use the word cursive. Why? Because it's a curse. Don't sleep on these words. These words were created for purpose. All of them was created because They want to keep us on a vibration that does not connect with the divine spirit. Our creator rides on a high frequency. And if we use certain words, it brings us down from those frequencies. So I made it a point of my duty, because the Almighty put it on me, to come up with Saturday's Spell. Saturday's Spell was created because I personally saw how there was so many people riding on a low vibration. I don't have anything against people using profane language, but I choose not to use profanity, because profanity to me, especially the F word, I get goosebumps if I say it. And some people maybe wouldn't be able to relate to that, but for me, I found that to be the Creator showing me that was a word that lowered my vibrations. My consciousness can't be raised when I use those words. So immediately I used to always question why I feel this way when I use this word. Why? But I realized that's what it was. And I know that it's the Almighty that brings those things to my knowledge. Another word is appreciate, love instead of appreciate. You know, those words, I would love for people to adapt them, to start using them. I just would feel really good to know that people are consciously doing things before, when we were just doing. So this clip, I want you guys to watch it, because guess what? We're coming upon a new holiday, and it's really supposed to be holy days. And that's where they took the holiday from and took it from holy days and made it holidays, which is not so many so-called holidays for us to be celebrating, spending our money and thinking we're doing some type of good thing in the celebration, when everything was already created for our own demise. So we need to stop going out talking about we are spending money to celebrate something that the enemy created for us. On top of that, we having barbecues. Do you know where barbecues came from? They used to roast our people. That's what they did, and called it a barbecue. And people was around and stand up as spectators and watching and taking pictures, laughing and smiling at BS like that. And here we are, we celebrating, doing something that we thinking is good. In reality, they made it so bad. Now some people will say, oh, well, at least we doing it for good, and turned it around. Turn what around, yo? If you're a spiritual person and you read the word, you will know that we ain't supposed to celebrate nothing that is man-made. All of those folly days that we spending money going out thinking we having some type of family orientation, that's all manipulation. So watch the video. It's a breakdown of the 4th of July, and we have a discussion after that.
Let's talk about what really happened on this day that they call Independence Day. Remember, I have always talked to you all about the Great Invasion of 1492, right? And that is when these aliens, because you can call them that, because they're foreigners, this is when this other species of beings invaded our planet, all right? And when they invaded our planet, they made us fall in frequency. That war started in 1492. What they're calling 1776, because we know time ain't real, age ain't real. What they're calling the year 1776 was the day when the war ended with us. This is what they lied to you at in history. They got you believing that America went to war with Britain. And America was 13 colonies who defeated Great Britain, and then they gained their independence, and then they expanded to become 13 states, which later expanded further to become 50 states to make up this United States of America we now have here today. But let me enlighten you. The 13 colonies were what? What are their genetic makeup? They were what? Human beings. And not only were they human beings, they weren't any type of human beings. They were the rich, white, racist human beings, the elite that we call the elite today. These are the same 13 colonies that will later go on to make up the families that we now know as Illuminati, the Boule, the Rockefellers, the Bilderbergers Group, the Black Nobility. You know, they go by a lot of different names now. Knights Templars, all right? But in the beginning, they were just 13 families of human beings that decided to help these draconian reptilians and Pleiadians invade our planet. That war started in 1492, Reflections. It ended 1776. They finally defeated us. And then they enslaved us. So you gotta remember, time isn't real. But we're gonna use the numbers they're using just to give you a research reference. Okay? So the war starts in 1492. It ends 1776. 1776, when they defeated the last of us, they then went to enslave us. So look, in 1492, when they came to our planet, the war starts. The war starts like they come in 1492. The war probably started in 1493. They was here probably, once again, there was no time. But I want to give y'all some reference, some frame of reference. So I'm going to say it like this. They came to our planet in 1492. They was cool with us for 1 year. They took that whole 1 year to get to know us, get cool with us. They made us think they was our friends, the Pleiadians did. And during this moment in time, this is when we were helping the human being race, okay? All the human being race, even the 13 families, which were later going to be the 13 families, originally when they first came here, they still had tails growing out their ass. Y'all feel me? They still were covered in fur when human beings first got here. The 13 colonies too. They were later going to become the 13 colonies and blood families. In the beginning, they all came the same. They came to our planet through portals in the Caucasus Mountain region. They could not walk up straight. They were like this on all fours. Like, we didn't know what the fuck they was until the Pleiadians told us. You see what I'm saying? They told us what Zeus had did on Earth. We like, oh, so this is the result of Zeus's basic science project, basically. Basically, this is Zeus's science experiment, a.k.a. Satan. This is his science experiment that went bad. That's how we looked at it.
What do you guys think? How do you feel about that video? It's really hard sometimes for me, and I know a lot of others that sit in the same position that I sit in, where we work so hard to open the eyes of our people. We know that the truth is hard to believe. We know that the lie has been the truth for a lot of people. And when the truth is actually being unveiled, it's so hard to convince one that it is really the truth. We need to stop celebrating these fake pagan holidays. Stop celebrating these pagan holidays. The Almighty don't like it. We must stop. It was created for our own demise. We are having barbecues thinking that it's just a day of celebration for family to come together. And barbecues was created off of us, where they used us and cooked us, and we call it a barbecue. Even if I'm grilling something, I don't say barbecue no more. I'll grill my vegetables, I'll grill my fish, but I ain't calling it no barbecue. No pick a nigga either. We don't do picnics. Realize how serious and dangerous it is if we don't stop. We don't get it together. They have so many holidays that it should be holy days. I call it folly days. We start off with the new year in January. We go in February and we got Valentine. Valentine's Day was a day where Oh, it was in the Greek times where homosexuality reigned at that time. That's what they did. Go on to March. You got St. Patrick's Day. That's not Black people's day. It's not a day when melanin people's supposed to even think about doing anything. It's an Irish holiday. Unless you was born on that day like my daughter, then she can celebrate her born day. But anything other than that, no. Don't partake in any of it, because when you do, it's an abomination. And after March is what? We got April. April is their Easter. Man, it's just really, really ridiculous when that's not really Easter. Then you got May. They come with this Memorial Day. These are days that they celebrate in America. I'm speaking of America right now. Then we got June. I think June might be the only day they kind of skip something. June and August. Then you got July. That's the Independence Day, with a topic we're talking about today, independence. Who was that independence for? It wasn't for us. In fact, they created everything in this Western world for us to be more dependent. We depend on so much. We come into a world where we get light, water, all those amenities, that we believe we are entitled to. We're privileged to have it. And I am privileged. However, when I travel and I come to Africa and I realize that a lot of people don't have those luxuries, yet still life goes on with them and they are happy people smiling every day. I realize it took away our connection to nature by being born into that world. Why I say that, and some people might disagree, but the reason I say that is because you're not being groomed for survival in the Western world. You're being groomed for dependence. You depend on your light so you can get AC to stay cool. You depend on your water to run out of your pipes so you can take a shower. We would depend on them to grow our food so we can eat. When in reality, if you were in tune with nature, you'll be able to find your water, maybe go to the river. Jamaica, my parents, they experienced that. Some of my siblings hasn't experienced that. I sometimes wish I could have experienced that, because that would prepare me for a life of survival. When you don't have light, you use the kerosene oil lamps. You use the candles. Those are things that help us to really tune into nature. How much do you go out and ground on a daily basis? Do you know that grounding has its healing properties? That if we were to just stay in tune with nature, I don't mean grounding on the concrete either. I mean going in some grass, some dirt, some sand. We sometimes don't realize how much our temple, our structure, our vessel need nature. Nature keeps us healthy. Nature frees us from all diseases. It's cure in that just standing up, taking some of the sun, gazing into the sun, and just grounding with the earth. Can we just stop? After we have July, which is the 4th of July, then you skip August and you go to September. Guess what September is? Labor Day. Then after September, you got this another holiday that they glorify so much. People really love it too, because they play makeup. And that's Halloween. Then after Halloween, you got Thanksgiving. And after Thanksgiving, you got Christmas. So do you realize how many holidays they have in the Western world? Just so they can get us to spend money when they care nothing about us but the money. The almighty dollar. That's what they care about. They don't care about the Almighty himself. They do everything to keep us out of tune with the Almighty. They don't want us praising him. You don't see that they're coming up with this new Bible? It's so much. It's so much that is frustrating. It's frustrating because it's taken my people so long to get up, rise up, and see what's going on. See these people for who they are. We are not their equal. We are superior to them. And we need to recognize it. We need to recognize it. Listen, the enemy is working, and the enemy is working hard. Hard. They're not even giving people their rights to choose. They're not giving people their rights to decide on what they're going to do with our lives and how we live. We're moving further and further and deeper into a dictatorship world. I can go on and on. However, I really hope that you guys watch this video, pass it on to your friends and your family, those that are in the West. Pass it on. Pass it on. In America, I don't even know if the United Nations, in the UK or anywhere else, celebrate these holidays like America does. America capitalizes off of these holidays. So, going forward, let's stop falling into this trap, please. I love you guys so much, and I appreciate you guys for watching, and I pray that this video comes to you in the best of health, mind, body, and soul, that it resonates with you in some way, that you feel the need to share this with someone so they can hear it. Let's rise up and take a stand. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And please share this video. More love.